Okay, this time we've got another problem that I had to jump on here and at least speak something about because it's just pretty pretty aggravating and infuriating. I mean, the way that this here country is going. Um, Once again, we want to give all the thanks to the Lord above for letting us be down here. So the problems that I'm speaking about is, you know, not near as bad as what they're having in other countries, but we're talking about our country right now and the shape that it's in, and the shape that we've let it get in. I think we're all responsible for this. We need to be paying a lot more attention, and you know, some people says that it's politics, and the ones that say that they don't get into politics are the ones that's really causing us the most damage, because they don't understand that this is not a political thing at all where we're at. And, you know, while we're sitting here and we're, you know, enjoying the freedoms and stuff that was not free, that was paid for in a lot of blood, um, you know, it's really easy to not think about what has been sacrificed by other people that's no longer here today. And, you know, here's what happened. Uh, got ready for some lunch, was busy all day running here and there, and stopped in to Burger King in Jackson, and of course, Ohio. So, you know, I pulled up and I said, yeah, I'd like two fat burgers, you know, just kind of joking around stuff. And they was like, excuse me? And I said, yeah, I'd like two Whoppers, you know. So I got a couple Whopper burgers there. You know, Burger King's not some place that, you know, I just run right out and jump and, you know, go crazy for all the time. But every once in a while I get in the mood for a Whopper burger. So, but the fat burger thing, actually, that does kind of, that it was a thing a while back, because I pulled in and asked for a fat burger, and the person just lost their mind because I called it a fat burger. Said, we don't sell fat burgers here, and that was kind of a funny thing. So, but this time, today, actually yesterday now, because I'm actually doing this, and it's well, let's see here. It says 1:30, so in the AM. But yesterday I pulled in Burger King and I ordered, you know, a couple burgers, and I got some fries, and one of them well done, and then I think I got a large Dr. Pepper. So I pulled around and I could tell, like, right away the person that I was speaking to was different, clearly, like, not Ohioan or like around here. So, you know, pulled up, and of course it was the right away is like, how are you today? And, you know, the exchange. Well, I said, I'm doing so good there ought to be two of me to handle it all. She says, excuse me? And so she couldn't understand what I said, you know, because of the drive-through or whatever. And then, but anyway, so she said, oh, I couldn't understand you because, you know, I'm not used to that. I'm from California. And I'm like, oh, okay, from California. I said, wow. I said, so what brings you to Ohio? I said, you didn't like your buddy Gavin Newsom out there? So right away she's like, oh, oh, I don't get into politics. So I told her, I said, what do you mean you don't get into politics? I said, it's not about politics, you know. And she's like, oh yeah, I don't get into politics. That's a waste of my time, or whatever it was exactly that she said. But she made it clear that, oh, that was politics thing. That's just something that everybody else that's out of their mind just, you know, wants to take up and enjoy, you know, sort of like NASCAR or something, you know. So I told her, I said, well, you know, you're the problem. Uh, and I'm glad that if you're staying out of it, that's just a win for me, because you don't know what you're talking about or what you're doing, and you're not mature enough to understand, you know, that this is not a politic thing that we're dealing with. So anyway, I wasn't rude with her or whatever, but you know, I said my piece and then I moved on, of course. But it was bugging me really bad, you know, because she's not the only one that I've encountered that's like this. I encourage you to go over to Burger King and enjoy a Whopper there, and but we're being invaded by Californians, you know. So California is invading Ohio for sure, and there would be nothing wrong with this except for here's what's happening. She left California, and all the rest of them, just like what they're doing in Arizona and Texas and stuff, they're leaving California because they don't like what's happening there. And then with their same mentality, they're bringing it to our states. And Ohio is a Republican conservative state. I don't think it's near as conservative as what I wish that it was, but nevertheless, we are a conservative state. We went red. So it just infuriates me that, and they're doing this all across the country. These people are leaving California because they can't stand the crazy train, but then they're bringing the same lame brain, stupid, non-caring problems out here, and that's what got that state in the state that it's in. So I can remember growing up, I can remember several times people would start talking about California. They'd be like, well, it'll break off one of these days and slide on into the ocean anyway. So, you know, heaven forbid. You know, I'd hate for anything like that to happen. But, well, I'm telling you, we need to take this country back. And, you know, I'd like to say, oh, we're winning and everything, but we're really not winning. And I don't know how we can ever say that we're truly winning when each and every day, just like, you know, they overturned Roe v. Wade and everybody jumped and hollered and celebrated and everything. And don't get me wrong, I thought that was a great thing, that at least it's not fixed, but they overturned it. So we still have children each and every day that's being aborted, that's murdered. I don't even, you know, that aborted thing, that sounds like, oops, I made a mistake, pull out my eraser. I don't want an eraser. I want to call it what it is. That's murder, because God made a child and was making a child. And that heartbeat law, I get it. You have to start somewhere. But think about it. This should have never, ever been to begin with. So to say, oh, well, let's start with when there's a heartbeat. No, you don't get to do that. You get to start when God started it. Okay? So as long as it's detected, it's there. Plain and simple. You know, I mess up a lot. I do a lot of, you know, wrong things and bad things. You know, I say things that I wish that I wouldn't say and stuff, but I am human, and or at least partially. I shouldn't even kid about that nowadays, the way that they're talking about Zuckerberg being a lizard and everything else. I don't think he would measure up to be even a pimple on a lizard's hind end. So, but anyway, I digress. The drive-throughs, that's a whole new thing. After yesterday's experience with Burger King, I've actually decided, I've made a decision that I'm going to start filming every drive-through that I go through. I'm already top 10 percent of Google reviewers on restaurants, and also top 10% of Google reviewer on Chinese restaurants. And I just started doing that because I couldn't find information on something that I was wanting to go check out. And then I took pictures of it after I was there. And then next day, I mean, I had like 250 some views, or no, it's like 2,500 views just in one day. So anyway, then I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So I just started every time that I'd go to a restaurant, then I would fill it out. And next thing I know, they said, hey, your reviews has got 100,000 views. And then it was, 2,000 and 250,000 reviews on the stuff that I was putting on there and stuff. And it kept going. And as I said in the second video that I've done for YouTube, is that, I just had enough with everything that's going on. So I created this channel just so I can have an outlet. But it turns out when I'm talking to everybody, that they're really glad that I started the channel, because they said that they wish they could do the same thing, and I told them they could jump on there. But the drive-through thing, I want to start filming every time I go through a drive-through. Here's why. Yesterday, Burger King. The day before that was McDonald's, or it may have been a couple days for that. But nevertheless, in the last couple days anyway, I went to Wellston McDonald's, Wellston, Ohio, and I ordered some fish sandwiches, well done, extra tartar, no cheese, well done. I said that I wanted 4 hot mustard sauces. I think I got some French fries and orange juice to drink, I believe. So I said everything that I wanted at the speaker whenever I went in. I said, yep, I want, 4 hot mustard sauces, sandwiches, French fries, a drink. Okay. The guy even asked me like a couple times, or she did, or whatever. So I pulled around, of course, paid them, and then I go up to the next window, to get my food. And they come to the window and they said, well, here's your drinks. They reached the drinks out. And then they said, or I said, make sure you put my hot mustard in. And they said, oh, okay, we will. And I said, well, how many hot mustards are you putting in there? And they said, 1. And I said, well, no, I asked for 4 of them. She said, oh, that'll be 30 cents a piece. So I said, let me check and see if I can afford that. I said, yep, I can afford that. Go ahead. That's fine. She said, oh, would you mind pulling up? No, she didn't even say, would you mind? She said, if you'll pull forward, then we'll bring your food out. I said, no, that'll cost you, 30 cents if I pull forward. So I didn't pull forward. I stayed right there. Now, You know, I've been back and forth, and I said, well, maybe I should have pulled forward. But nope, I've landed on. I'm glad that I didn't. I didn't move. I stayed there because I've been to the one in Jackson. I've been I've been in Florida, McDonald's, you name it, Tennessee, Columbus. And if they forget or something like that, they're like, here's your hot mustard sauce. Have a good day. Not in Wellston, Ohio. There's a special kind of McDonald's there. I don't know what it is. I guess there's some kind of a big hold on everything they got up there. Extra special. So anyway, waited in line. There was people in behind me. They was carrying stuff out past me. I should have videoed it. I didn't at the time because I hadn't made it to Burger King yet with the California invasion or whatever. So anyway, but here's the good thing about this. I actually went back to McDonald's the next day for fish sandwiches. The same thing occurred because I thought, wow, you know, maybe it was just but this time, whenever I pulled up there, excuse me, it was the same thing. I'd asked for my hot mustard sauce, and when I got up there, they put one in the bag, and I'm like, excuse me, but you didn't put the hot mustard in. So it just so happens it was the same lovely lady that was working there. When she looked out and she seen who it was, she was like, oh, just give him the hot mustard. So anyway, they did the right thing. So, because I wasn't trying to be a pain in the butt, and I didn't purposely go up there for that. But you know, after the Burger King thing, I'm not going through no drive-throughs no more. That without filming it or whatever, I'm putting it on here. So if you're a subscriber, stay tuned, and because I'm going to actually start posting some out in the field stuff. You know, actually moving and doing stuff, not just here in the office. But anyway, I'm going to, I think, end this video here. I would appreciate it if you would like, share, and subscribe. To all the subscribers, I want to say thank you very much. And to everybody, I want to say God bless you. And I really appreciate the ones that has subscribed. I'm going to try to do a lot more stuff. I've been really, really busy. That's why it's, almost 2 o'clock now, and I'm making a video. But anyway, I really, really, really appreciate you guys. I'm praying for all of you. God bless you. God bless America. I love you, Lord, and I love you, boss.